The Maori people call White Island Whakaari, or that which can be made visible. There are several legends of its birth from the sea. Some say it was Maui's doing. Others that when Chief Ngātoroirangi came bearing fire from Hawaii, he left with his sisters at Whakaari before travelling on to the mainland and Tongariro. And that finding it cold there, he called for the fire he had left behind on this island off the shore of Aotearoa. From White Island, the fire travelled to Tongariro along the line of thermal activity that runs across the North Island today.
A wild beginning, and the island still inhospitable today. It was given its European name by Captain Cook, but he saw no reason to land here. 100 years after him, a few prospectors sailed around this shore to its jagged crater and the derelict buildings of a Canadian company which mined it for 3 years from 1911 still stand not far from the shore. The rock-strewn shoreline, backed by steep cliffs ranging from 100 to several hundred feet high on the western side, make the island impossible to land at except on the eastern side, where the broken rim of its volcano dips down to sea level. The island gives its few visitors an almost fearful sense of loneliness, a place where time could be cut short. And no wonder, for everyone who does come here is all too well aware of its grim history, of how the 1911 company's efforts to work the island's sulfur deposits came to a disastrous end. Heavy rain had caused a fall of loose rock in the crater wall to block the volcano's outlet. The eruption which followed blew a hole in the crater side, releasing a cascade of boiling mud and rocks which overwhelmed the 11 men working here. They vanished without a trace. The first boats to land found the sulfur works deserted. The only survivor, the men's black cat, which came out to greet them. Some 10,000 tons of sulfur was mined between 1885, the 1914 disaster, and a last attempt to mine the island in the 1920s and 30s, after which it was left well alone. Today, with permission from the island's present owner, Mr. John Butler of Auckland, with permission and a fair amount of nerve, you can walk up the petrified flood of that terrible mud flow of 53 years ago towards the roaring fumaroles and vents in the crater floor. This is the most remarkable thing about White Island, that you walk from the beach straight into the center of an active volcano, one of the most accessible places in the world for the study of volcanic phenomena. The ground shudders with pent-up power underfoot. Rocks lying on the bare crater floor are warm to the touch and of many colors: yellows, reds, purple, pink, and gold. The crater is about 3/4 of a mile long and 1/4 of a mile wide. The whole island only 1.5 miles by 1.25 miles. But the concentration of sound and sulphurous smells, the hiss, the roar, the vibration, dwarf every living thing here. To the ordinary visitor, it's a fearsome and strange experience. The steep sides of the volcano are of clinker-like lava and brittle scoria. Near vents and fumaroles, the bright yellow and the saffron-colored sulfur crumbles easily to the touch. The little water there is on White Island carries heavy concentrations of sulfuric and hydrochloric acids. This truly is the workshop of the earthquake god Ruanok. And last year, when he was particularly active, clouds could be seen above the island from Whakatane, 32 miles away. Legends are easy enough to believe when the ground shakes in a place like this.
They say that once Whakaari, this white island, and Motuhora were both part of the Huiro Range, and that they raced one another towards the sea, making the very ground shake as they formed the Whakatane and Tauranga River valleys. Whakaari, who made the bed for the Whakatane River, was the first to reach the coast, and not content with victory, forged on through the sea to where he stands so fearsome now.
It's hardly surprising that such a place should be linked with the legendary doings of Maui.
Long ago, Maui's mother revealed to him that his grandmother, Mahuika, was the source of all fire. So one night, full of mischief, Maui put out all the fires in his village and was sent to the old woman for more. Mahuika plucked off one of her fingernails and gave it to him, but Maui took it and went away and put it out in a stream and came back to her for more. And this went on until Mahuika had only one of her fingernails and toenails left. When Maui came back for the 20th time, she saw through his scheming and threw the last nail at him with a curse. Maui leapt aside, but the roaring flame chased him from the land and through the sea. And when the water began to boil, he leapt in agony to the sky, dragging some of the seabed with him, and the burning land became Whakaari, or White Island.
Incredible, intense is this place, the making of Maui. Yet incredible, too, that beyond the crater, gannets nest in even greater numbers than at Cape Kidnappers, that many seagulls live so near to the crater that their feathers are mere acid-corroded spikes, that trees, all but stripped of their leaves by falls of ash, still live here. White Island, Whakaari, the source of fire.